Hey guys, and welcome back to Fallout 4. We're back at the fort because I forgot something. I'm also using the Deathclaw Gauntlet because I realised there is something really awesome about this, and I'll explain that in a second. But I said I wanted to break her, so that's what we're going to do. Hey Jezebel.
You'll be leaving me behind. Typical.
Well, I can't exactly take you anywhere, darling.
I'll have time to work on my pi to the last digit calculation.
Alright, so the awesome thing about the Deathclaw Gauntlet is its power tag, actually. It can one-hit kill things.
Detected.
Not Jezebel, though.
Kill.
But she's dead. And we got a critical strike thanks to that mod. She has nothing on her, but she's done. We have sought revenge on that very rude robber. So, this also let me kind of put off showing you the Mechanist Lair because I've had fun making that one. I've also increased the defense around here. I learnt the turret trick. The turret trick is where you come here and you go to either heavy or light turrets. The other turrets I don't think it works with in any capacity because those aren't found in the world as enemies. It seems to work because these two turrets are enemies out in the world, so they work on a leveled list. But if I leave the defense category and go back in, you'll see that the MK3 on the side of the turret, right? MK5, MK3, MK3, MK5. Sometimes it goes down to 1. But there you go. This, because it's based on leveled lists, there is a Mark 7, but the fort can't get a Mark 7 because this area in the game, like on the game map, is not in a dangerous enough place. So the way that enemies are leveled in Fallout 4 is that the further south you are, the more dangerous it is. So I imagine Mark 7 would come easily down here, or if my level was higher. There are some areas where it doesn't work. I've been working a little bit on Sunshine Tidings co-op. Not worth showing you because it's just been making more crops and setting up more people as farmers. But basically, it doesn't work there because it's too far north and the leveled lists are too low. So no matter how many times you do that back and forth, it will always be a Mark 1. But they have more defense now too, which is good. The reason I was upgrading them is because the Mechanist Lair. So the Mechanist Lair has 3 population in it, all robots. It doesn't intend to stay that way though, but when you have supply lines, any extra food, which is why I was back here upgrading the crops in Sunshine Tiding Co-op, any extra food and water from the other bases in the supply line get sent to, well, they don't get sent the extra points because there's a difference. Extra food and water gets put in your workshop as items, but that is entirely separate to extra food and water points generated. Those points, if they're in a supply line, get shared with other settlements. Although you don't see it in the settlement, it will remain saying 0, but the number will be green because enough extra points have been achieved, and I'll show you that. We need to go somewhere that has extra people. That's what we need. Because the only way you can get people to move into the Mechanist Lair, by the way, is by sending people from other settlements. No, that's not true, because I did create a mod, a very small mod, for the Mechanist Lair, because something I found out about the Mechanist Lair was when I was tutoring, was that you don't have access to all the categories, all the build categories. I'm just going to stay here for a second. not enough reveal. Oh no, I'm not in the workshop area yet. So in the Mechanist Lair, you only have access to certain categories. For example, in the vanilla settings, you do not have access to food. You do have access to water, but there's nowhere to place it. You don't have access to a settler beacon. You don't have access to workshops. But I fixed that with my little mod. So if we come in, I've got a decontamination arch from Wasteland Workshop mod. We've got our turrets here. We've got a big bus installed. We have the M covered up because this is no longer the Mechanist Lair. So I covered up the M. We have Guardian E31. E31 doesn't stand for anything. I just needed it to make its name sound more roboty. But this is our police officer. I guess you could call them. This bus is actually a storage area. We have a flip lighter in this. This is something I've noticed actually. The Mechanist Lair seems a little bit broken. Loot containers, ones that you would find in dungeons, seem to populate with random scrap every so often. And I don't think that's meant to happen. But it does. And it might be something to do with the fact that this was once designated a dungeon. Who knows? Anyway, I've built in some buildings. I've taken out a few of the catwalks, only the ones that were redundant. And I've put in some buildings. So we've got this one here over the workshop, which this person has claimed. Isabel, you're not meant to be claiming this one. I'm sorry, darling, your room's over there. But here you go. We haven't actually put anything on the shelves or anything in here yet. We've got a bunkhouse, which has a kitchen and a lounge, and the beds, which I do like to place a little bit haphazardly because, I don't know, it feels more Fallouty when you do. With some storage. Which direction should we go? We got the workshop, which is open. It's very hazardous, as you can see. But it's got weapons workbench, armor workbench, chemistry station, for some reason no magazine rack, power armor station, and of course the robotics workbench that was here already. We go up this way to the market. I've had to put candles all over the catwalks because for some reason the catwalks are funny about lighting. For instance, this light is right here, but it didn't light up the catwalks at all. Because I think for some reason these catwalks have really strange lighting behavior. But once I put candles all over everything, it was alright. So if we continue up here, we come to the market. The market has a general store, a clinic, and a clothing store at the moment. There's one more I can put here to generate happiness, and that would be the bar. But we're not going to put the bar here because the bar has a dedicated place, and we're going to get there in a second. And then we have this. This is the large bunkhouse. This one also has a little lounge area, a couple of beds downstairs, a communal bathing bath. Yes, it's in the middle and very public, but again, this is the Fallout universe. People can't be, beggars cannot be choosers. And then we've got all the sleeping arrangements upstairs and a little smoking area because, you know, high stress. People are bound to smoke in a apocalyptic wasteland. After all, cigarettes and cigarette cartons in this game are considered valuable. And then we have the bar, which also has its own little sign on the wall. Bar. In the bar, we have our actual bar. This is the other happiness generating structure. These can all be upgraded further, by the way. I don't have the next level of cap collector to be able to build the last level of the stores, so we've got the medium level ones instead. But we've got the bar, and the bar has... This has stopped lighting. What? That's really weird. Do I have to store you? You are lighting. You were lighting a lot more before. Where is it? Here it is. No? Wow. Alright. I've noticed that actually. Lighting seems to change between different... See, it was more like this before. Lighting seems to change between different launches of Fallout 4. Bethesda bugginess, I guess. But there's some seating arrangements. Yes, you can sit in all these seats and path to them. So NPCs will have no problem doing that. And upstairs, although I think this is a bit far away for NPCs to use it, we've got a comfy resting bar area. And this couch looks out over the township, the settlement. This lamp doesn't work. It's too far away from power, but I cannot be bothered bringing power inside to power it. Because lights work on a radius to these things, conduits. Since they don't actually have power requirements, they just need to be near enough to a conduit. And the conduits run on the outside of this place. So the cool thing about the bar is that at night time, when everyone's meant to be going to bed, NPCs will actually populate these chairs and stuff around the bar and hang out, which is neat, which is why I gave the bar its own area. So that's what we've done in here. We've actually made a cool settlement, but we need to get people in here, and I think my mod actually gives me access to what was missing for that. You also notice I have green food and water. That's probably because robots don't eat or drink, but it's also probably because we have excess food and water from the other settlements. This is what I meant. It has a zero sum for food and water, which should be red, but it's green. So that's what supply lines do, if there is excess. Okay, to get the settlement beacon we need miscellaneous. Yes, I can build that, but I'm out of ceramic as usual. Let's make a quick hop and a skip to Diamond City and see if there is a shipment of ceramic available. You run out of ceramic so quickly making robots. It's ridiculous. And I've had to make 4 robots. That's why the population is how it is. It says 3. There is actually a 4th one, but I sent that to Sunshine Tidings as a defense robot. But there's Guardian, and then there's 2 Provisioner robots. Okay, you. I need... Shush. 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 I don't need your... No, stop. Stop. Stop it.
Let's see what you
Here we
got.
go. You have nice flavor text, but it's not text, it's actual speaking, and that takes time. Junk. Shipment of ceramic. Wow, that's expensive. Okay. So let's head back to the Mechanist Lair and put that shipment in the workshop. And then I'll be able to build a settlement beacon. The other thing that ceramic goes into is conduits. So there's quite a few conduits around this place to make sure that everything, all the lights stay on. There's nothing actually powered in this place so far. The first thing to be powered will actually be the settlement beacon. Here we go. So normally you would not be able to build this thing in this place, but because of the little mod I made, You can. It's just a tweak to the workshop in this area, which gives it more keywords. I won't go into detail about what that is because it's very boring and very hard to explain. I need you to... Yep, power that. That's good. Well, what? You. Oh. Alright. Let's put you over here. Here. And use this one. Okay. Right. We should actually have settlers move into this place at some point. I'm going to cut here and come back once we've actually got some humans. We have someone. There is someone. I slept for a day. We've got someone new around here. Just gotta find him. Yes, there you are. Hello. I can't assign you out there, so you need to come in. You can't stand there. Oh boy. No, don't store the trailer.
I'm new
Hey.
around here. I wanted to introduce myself.
Oh,
I
cool.
wanted to personally thank you for giving us this opportunity.
No problem,
Anything
man.
specific you want me to do? I'm willing to pitch in any way you need.
Yes, I do actually.
Yeah, let me show you.
Okay.
So, I want him to man the bar. He's going to be the barman. What? With the... What? The little pointy arrows disappeared. I'm just going to assume they're still there or something. No, they're not. They're absolutely not. Why did that happen? Dude, you need to come in.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how am I? I need you. Oh, I know what I can do. Right, I'm gonna be cheaty. You. Move to player. That happens every time. I've actually had to do this before, and that happened exactly the same. It was because I had a giant sentry bot type thing, and it doesn't fit through this door. You. There we go. Move to player. There we go. Now he's inside. We'll fix that thing in a second. You. I have commands. Come with me. You will man the bar. That is your job. Aha! We now have a barman. I'll get him some dapper uniform or something in the future. But he's gonna hang out here. For now, he's probably gonna walk up there in a second though. You should go back where you belong. Can't place it when it's all off to the side like that. Right. There we go. Contamination arch. Decontamination arch is back where it belongs. Dude, go to your job. What's the time? It's probably time of the day that you need to do your job, right? It is 12:45, 54, not 45. Go do your job. Oh, no. I've heard tell that the navigation mesh, which is something that NPCs use to get around in the Mechanist Lair, is a little bit balk in Mechanist Lair. So we may have to do something about that as well. Otherwise we'll have everyone standing around down here. I will, however, give you a bed. The barman, he gets his own house. He's gonna live in here.
Got it.
The barman is how this place runs and is kept alive, so there you go. He's now assigned to that bed. He's walking around down here, but I don't think he can figure out the catwalks. I think the catwalks are a bit broken. Okay, so with all that waffling about settlement building and everything out of the way, we need to actually do some stuff with this episode, and we are going to do some main quest stuff. Reason is, and I'm not going with the railroad. I do not want to side with the railroad, but we need to go with the railroad to a certain extent. However, in order to get any of this going in the first place, we need to go investigate the Brotherhood of Steel airship, which is fortunately just kind of outside the Mechanist Lair. So I'm going to take the elevator up. Ada can come if she wants to. She will eventually. What I'm actually after with the railroad is if you get in good enough with them, you don't have to dedicate yourself to them to get this. But eventually you get rewarded with ballistic weave if you do enough side quests for them. And that's what I want. I want ballistic weave. But we have to move the main quest along a little bit in order to get that. So, while we're so close to our quest destination, let's go and do that. It's off in this way, apparently. Oh, it's dark and spooky and foggy and gross. Am I going in the right way? I am. Alright. We could go to the Boston Preparatory School, by the way. Although I think I accidentally went in there on a scrapping run off camera, so it may actually not have anyone in it. Sorry. So maybe we'll just skip that and go somewhere new. We're going to the airport. There it is. There's the Pridwin. I don't know. Is it Pridwin or is it Pridewin? Because I would have thought that, like, Pride or whatever. Because if I know right, Elder Maxon's son is the person in charge of the Brotherhood of Steel now. And Maxon was a friend to Elder Lions. So I don't know whether... And Lion Pride, yada yada. Okay, we have a grumpy, power armor wielding, laser Gatling gun wielding Brotherhood of Steel member here.
This area is off limits to civilians. I order you to stand down and tell me what you're doing here. Immediately.
I was hoping to track down the owners of that huge airship.
Well, you found us. And since this is a military installation, this is the closest you're going to get to her.
Should I do the husband card?
I'm no
Okay,
stranger
yeah,
to these
well.
installations. My husband was in the military.
Really? Well, then you might just be in luck. With your experience, you might actually fit in with the Brotherhood. We're always looking to add a few more brothers and sisters to our ranks, if you think you have what it takes.
Oh, the Knight Captain thinks my husband is an ex-paladin or something. Whereas I actually meant from the US Army from 200 years ago. But the Brotherhood of Steel would have no way of knowing that when I said that.
Will it get me aboard that airship?
If you live long enough to make the rank of knight, you'll have full access. Head over to the Cambridge police station and look for Paladin Dance. He's in charge of our new recruits, and I'm certain he'll be glad to have an extra gun on his team. Ad Victoriam, civilian, and good luck.
Right. So we will want to actually do things with Paladin Dance for a while at some point, but we don't want to go too far. Again, the main quest causes problems, and this is one of my critical points about what I don't like about Fallout 4. I love the game. Remember, you can be critical of things, but still love it. I love the game, but, like, the main quest causes so many problems if you are just wanting to wander around and do things. So, you're telling us to proceed to Cambridge Police Station, but that is not what we're going to do, I think. Destroy rogue robot. Listen to Valentine Detective Agency radio. Kidnapping. Lost Patrol. Glowing Sea. Find Virgil in the glowing sea. Right. Yeah. We will need power armor for that. Or a really good radiation suit, which drops all our armor to 0, because you can't wear both. We can do Road to Freedom now, though. Let's do Road to Freedom. So, Road to Freedom starts where? I think it starts at Swan's Pond, actually. Yes, please. Okay. So here we are in Swan's Pond. That's a railroad sign. A rail sign, as they call it.
Patriot, to Boston Common, the start of the Freedom Trail. Feast your ears and learn more about the historic Freedom Trail. And learn the history of Boston Common.
Never mind.
Enjoy historic Boston.
So what we're doing is we're following this red line. We're looking out for these markers.
7 and A. Some sort of code.
Hey Swan, how did you get over here? Did I kill him in this spot? I don't think I did. So we want to follow this red thing and look for any of those covers which have the Freedom Trail message around it. Because it has the passcode once you find all of them. Hence 7A. That is the 7th letter is A. Goes across here. Here's the next one.
4 and L. Definitely a code.
4 and L. Right. Don't have a lot to say at this point, unfortunately, other than I need to keep focus on the ground so I don't miss any of these. Oh, hello. Right. Maybe you can get one of these kill animations off. No.
Make sure you don't leave anything valuable behind.
Oh. Ada found one that didn't quite rise up. Okay.
2 and A.
We do have to inspect these things if we want the game to automatically work this out for us. Which I'm fine by. Around this corner just in case I'm going to miss anything. Ooh. Hello. Ugh. Take some Med-X. Save me from spending lots of... no, I want that. Save me from spending lots of stim packs instead. Med-X. I will have some food though. I'm dangerously low on health. Right, that was that. Okay, so back to the Freedom Trail, wherever that went. This way. Nope, this way. Buried under all this junk. What? Okay, Ada. Oh, just ignore me. Oh, you're not going to ignore me, are you? Rust Devils? Yes. I like Rust Devils. Mr. Andy Wrecker. Okay, he's dead. But that means we'll have to deal with gunners. Wasn't quite sure whether they were normal bandits or not. Sorry, Ada. So we got sturdy, left arm. We don't want sturdy. We want tough or better at this point. Which leg is the wrong leg that I'm wearing right now? Combat tough armor, left. Damn. Okay. We'll just have to get lucky. That robot had flares. I am taking these dirty army fatigues because we may actually want to wear them instead of our road leathers. Our road leathers have damage resistance on them. However, the dirty fatigues have a lack of damage resist, but they do have 1 strength and 1 agility,
These reinforced structures would make excellent cover.
which is awesome for us. So why don't we do that actually? Okay. I also learned that the other day. Oh, those are mines. I have lost the Freedom Trail marker. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to go this way then. Here's our next thingy.
No, 6. I don't know.
6-0. That goes this way.
Careful, ma'am. I don't
Let's
think
go
we'll
down
fall.
here.
You're going to regret this. My apologies.
Alpha Vicious Mongrel, huh? I remember when these things gave us problems. Remember when I first got the Death Claws and added the extra claw, it did less damage than the Furious Power Fist? Well, now it does more. It's very strange. I'll be taking those, thank you. Because now this does like 133, I think. So its scaling is different. No, it does 140. So its scaling is different to the Power Fists,
Get him, man.
apparently. Still not getting those special animations.
3I.
3I. This way.
Light him up!
Oh,
If they're out there, we'll find
don't light me up. Oh, here we go. No? Thought it took over for a second. You know it because it takes over. Right. Fine, I'll take care of the turret then. Whoa, 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 you are doing a lot of damage. Where are you? Ada, please.
I'll cover you, man.
It's occasions like this we change to you. Oh, that'll be why, because you're a survivalist. Which means my useless gun skill is not going to help me. Where did you... What? Oh. Survivalists are quite high level. And I think I will use that stim pack you gave me. Thank you. Right. Moving right along, hopefully. Where is that legendary? This way. Got turned around fighting them. That's something to sell. Okay. I'm not going to properly loot that place because I want to get on with this. Yep. No sign of me now. We have
5R.
this.
I don't want to alarm you, but safety's on.
That's the wrong weapon. We have a dude with a rocket launcher. Oh man, that hit me even though it was like way off to the side. Once again, enemies using their missile launchers right up against themselves. Because the AI has no sense of self-preservation. Thank you, Ada. Alright. I really wanted to show off that instant kill thing that the Deathclaw Gauntlet can do, but it's just not been happening. What happened to Missile Man?
What is it?
We'll leave him alone.
5R.
5R. Arr! I'm a pirate.
Little babies, get
Okay, apparently we don't want to avoid him.
already. Time to die! Bathe in your blood!
The last of them.
Thank you, Ada. She can't be blocked, I've noticed. She wants to cut you, she cuts you. Which is funny considering I can be blocked. This way. Yep. It is getting dark enough that I need this. Around here. We haven't found one yet. Oh, super mutants.
8D next.
Super mutants are just a pain. That's all they are. A pain. And last marker.
1R. The trail ends right at the church.
Yes, it does. Follow the Freedom Trail. I mean, that lantern isn't suspicious or anything, right? I have actually been here before in previous playthrough. So I do know that that lantern means something, so we will go where the lantern tells us to go. Down into the Acropolis. Acropolis? Necropolis? Mausoleum? Undercroft? Don't know what you would call this. I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with old churches. We don't actually have that many in New Zealand.
Let me have this one.
Sorry, Ada. Mine. Okay. So. Press.
So that's not right. Huh. It spins.
Yes, it does. And we are spelling out, if you haven't figured it out already.
Oh, so it starts with R.
We are spelling out railroad. There we go.
There we go.
See, she agrees. Okay. I just saw that and I had to press it.
Stop right there. You went through a lot of effort to arrange this meeting. But before we go any further, answer my questions. Who the hell are you?
I followed the Freedom Trail looking for the railroad. I'm not your enemy.
If that's true, you have nothing to fear. Who told you how to contact us?
I helped Carl out of a jam. He knows a guy who knows a guy, and they hooked me up with a lead. No, we won't be doing that.
I just heard a rumor about you guys in Diamond City.
I see. I'm Desdemona, and I'm the leader of the railroad. And you are? Deacon, where have you been?
You're having a party. What gives with my invitation?
I need intel. Who is this?
Wow. Newsflash, boss. This lady is kind of a big deal out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy.
You know, you're practically famous. You're the leader of the Minutemen. I hear you cleared out the castle. Everyone's talking about that.
So you're vouching for her?
Yes. Trust me. She's someone we want on our side.
That changes things. So, stranger, why did you want to meet with us anyway?
Because I want your ballistic weave.
You're the only ones fighting the Institute, and I want to take them down.
I'd like to say that nobody comes here out for blood, out for revenge. That everyone's here to help their fellow man. That would be a lie, though.
I just want them stopped.
Don't we all? If we're going to be dealing with you, I need to make sure we're on the same page. You know what a synth is, right?
Oh yeah, I met Valentine.
Yeah, I know all about them.
Good. The Institute treats synths as property, as tools.
That sounds like slavery.
Exactly. So we seek to free the synths from their bondage. Give them a chance at a real life. I have a question. The only question that matters. Would you risk your life for your fellow man? Even if that man is a synth?
Yeah, sure, why not? Actually,
Depends on the circumstances.
There's no middle ground with this. Would you risk death to save a synth or not?
okay, fine.
I risk my life for people every day. Makes no difference to me if it's a human or a synth.
Well said. You were right about us. We're the only ones in the Commonwealth brave enough or stupid enough to fight the Institute. And we could use more sisters in arms. But right now, we don't have the time to train up a new agent. There are, however, other valuable ways you can contribute. And in turn, we can help you. See Deacon for details. You're free to go.
Awesome.
Saw some of your work along the trail. Not bad. For a human, that is.
Cheers. I like to punch things.
I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, whatever. Listen, you caught us at a shit time. We're still recovering from something I can't get into. We're a man down, though. And if anything Deacon said about you is true, I'd like you on our team.
I'm interested.
Awesome. I think you'll be a good fit. I know Des said we don't got room, but talk to Deacon. I'm sure he's got an angle. He always does.
Gloria's being real nice to me because I punch things. I'm not kidding. She's normally really abrasive. So, we have a level, and I've been spending levels in things that help me make settlements recently, because I've been getting the levels from building settlements. Mostly the Mechanist Lair, obviously, but I'm thinking there's a couple of things that I've had my eye on, and that is robotics, wherever that happens to be. Where is robotics? I am blind, probably. No, really, where is robotics? Here it is. I don't have enough intelligence. Or cap collector. We need level 2 of that in order to get the final levels of shops. That will actually bring in a lot of caps for us and a lot of happiness for the settlement, which in turn brings in a lot of caps. And right now we can't seem to put points into any of our main things except maybe medic. I did say I wanted to get into big guns and explosives. But those are heavy investments. So what I think I will do is I'm going to take that point of intelligence so I can get robotics expert. Cool. And I think with that, guys, we'll leave it here for next episode. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.